This week on the podcast, we are talking about the number one thing you need in business. And this thing is probably not what you need for the business, but what you need as the leader in the business. And P.S., it isn't marketing. Hey, welcome to the Small Business Made Simple podcast, brought to you by socialmediaandmarketing.com.au. Being in business is never easy, but it can be simple, or at least simpler. Join me, your host Jen Donovan, every week where we focus on marketing, social media, and working towards simplifying your business. You with me? Let's do this.
Gonna dream it big, 'cause someone out there listening. Everyone's got a voice to give, and it's time I heard you whistling, 'cause there's no point at all, in dreaming small.
Way hey there, and welcome to episode 123 of the Small Business Made Simple podcast. Thank you as always for lending me your ears today. I know you have lots of choices out there, and I really do appreciate you making my podcast one of them. If you're brand new to the podcast, then hey, super welcome to you. If you are a returning listener, then hey, welcome back. I am of course Jen, the host, and I am here to help you make your business life simpler. I know that business isn't easy, but it definitely should be simple or a hell of a lot simpler. So that's my promise to you. This week's podcast is actually sponsored by Noonan's Showcase Jewelers in Cobram in Victoria. Kath, one of the owners with the pink hair, and oh my God, you will just love her, works alongside a master jeweler who can custom make your special piece and also can take all that unworn jewelry that you have in your jewelry box, melt it down and make this unforgettable piece, which is not only designed by you for you, but is designed with the help of Kath and her team at Noonan's Showcase Jewelers. Noonan's have been a part of the local landscape for over 49 years, and you can find Noonan's Showcase Jewelers on Facebook, Instagram, or of course at 91 Punt Road in Cobram. And P.S., just a little P.S. there, their Instagram feed is, if you love jewelry, Kath's Instagram feed is amazing. So go and look up Noonan's Showcase Jewelers, and of course meet Kath while you're over there. Okay, so into today's episode, and before I do, I'm going to have to address an elephant in the room. Maybe I'm making the elephant up. I don't know, but I feel like there's an elephant in the room. I feel like you might have read the headline to this podcast and gone, geez, Jen, you've always said that marketing is the number one thing you need in your business to succeed. And here I am telling you that you need something else, and it isn't marketing. And I do take the point. I do think that marketing is the thing you need in your business to succeed. Without marketing, no one knows who you are or what you do or how or what they can buy from you. But today's episode isn't so much about what your business needs to be successful, but it's what you need as the business owner to be successful in your business. Now, if you've ever been on a webinar or heard me speak from stage, it's almost the last thing I tell you about, or the last thing that I tell you on a webinar or from stage, and it's the thing that I ask you to do and the thing that I leave you with pondering. Now, before I tell you exactly what it is, the reason why I'm talking about it, or not the reason why, but it was brought to my attention yet again this week when a client rang just the other day to tell me they had hit their massive financial goal that they had. Now, this financial goal, they've been working quietly towards it for quite a few years now, and this week, or this month, they've hit that goal. Now, they rang and they were so excited to celebrate this with me and to say thank you for me, because I've been working alongside them for a couple of years now to helping them get there. Now, I just want to acknowledge that all the hard work is theirs. All the hard work is actually theirs. But I'm just sort of here as a business coach to help them stay on course. And it's really the helping them stay on course that they said has made all the difference to them getting to this goal that they've never got to before. So the one thing that you need in your business as a business owner to help you be more successful is accountability. I have kept them accountable to the goals they set, the marketing strategies they've tested and measured, and the things they said they would do in a month, like what they've said that they would do, like month in, month out, to reach their goals. Not just this goal, but all of their goals. As small business owners, we can swan through the day, answerable to no one, doing what we do, making decisions on, what we're going to do at work today or next week or next month. And for some, it's all on their own shoulders. No one is holding them accountable. No one checks in with them to say, hey, you said that you were going to do an email about that new product you've got on the market. Did you do it? No one asks them if they reached the goals that they set for that month. And if not, why not? And if you did reach them, what worked and what could you improve to make even better results next time? Accountability is what we all need. Even coaches need coaches to keep them accountable. It's so easy to work in your business and never on it. And it's even easier to say, do all the easy stuff and leave the hard or out of my comfort zone stuff, and putting up some sort of excuse time and time again as to why you haven't done that stuff yet or why you're not going to do it at all. But if you had an accountability buddy, if you had a business coach, then someone who sort of keeps you on that straight and narrow, keeps you accountable and keeps you focused on the goals that you set, you could achieve so much more. Or maybe you could achieve what you're achieving, but just even quicker. So who keeps you accountable? Does anyone keep you accountable as a small business owner? Is it time for you to invest in a program or a coach to help keep yourself accountable? If you're feeling like, you just can't get into 2021 or you can't keep the momentum going in 2021 going forward, then this could be 100% of your problem and maybe even the solution. Maybe you need someone to hold you accountable to the goals that you're setting. If you feel like you're already getting enough advice from employees and family members and your accountant and your bookkeeper, well, maybe this is the exact reason why you do need some external help. That lack of analysis of goals and setting goals, and the things that you're actually doing and the things that you aren't doing is the weakness of so many small business owners. There's just so much strength in being held accountable to what we want to do in our business. Having someone keep you accountable will push you and challenge you and help you, especially if that person is a few steps ahead of you or where you want to be and has that expertise to help you reach your goals. For me, I remember my first business mentor, and this is burned into my brain, I think. I remember this so well. I joined a mastermind group in Melbourne, which was quite a big thing for me. It was a big investment, and I was the only retailer that sat in that room, basically for the 3 or 4 years that I was involved in the program. And we'd front up once a quarter. The goals that I set sort of in those quarterly meetings, I can tell you I 100% achieved each one of those goals. Not all of them worked, but I did test and measure them to make sure that I had the results that I needed, because there was no way I was going to walk into that room after, a couple of months later and declared that I hadn't done what I said I would. I wasn't going to sit there and give some excuses of being too busy or too this or too that. I was doing the work. Now, admittedly, I might have actually done some of the goals the week before I was going to Melbourne. I may not have achieved them like within the 3 months. Maybe it was kind of like, crap, I said I was going to do that. But by heck, I was not going to walk into that room and see a look of disappointment on my mentor's face or any of my colleagues in that room. I was going to do the work. And being held accountable in that room, helping me grow that massively successful business that I did, well, I guess that's kind of why it sold in 3 days, because I did the hard work. And yes, all the hard work was mine and my gorgeous business partner, but the accountability pushed me. So again, I'll ask you, who keeps you accountable? I have both the coach and business friends that do this accountability thing very well for me. They call me on my bright, shiny object chasing. Hands, high five to any of my bright, shiny object chasing friends out there. I go on these expeditions of, oh, that sounds good. Maybe I could do that. And I have people that call me back and say, no, that's not the path we're on. They call me on my weak excuses if I'm trying to use them, and they challenge me to think differently sometimes. Sometimes when I exactly need them to, when I'm stuck in a rut, and they challenge me to think about things just in a different way. And sometimes that is exactly what I need. So, shout out to Jules and Michelle. Thank you so much for keeping me accountable and on the straight and narrow. So continue the success of what you're achieving now. And of course, remember that success is subjective. Everyone has a different idea of what success looks like. But to keep achieving it, creating that space to be held accountable, getting yourself a mentor or a business coach can really offer you that eye-opening, incredibly helpful, cost-effective alternative to being alone at the top as a small business owner. Because if you are your own boss or you have a small team and you sit at the top, it can be incredibly lonely up there. I know, been there, done that. Sometimes I feel incredibly lonely in my office that I work with myself, and that's why networking is just so important as well. Look, I know this is a bit of a short episode, but I think this subject of accountability deserved its own show. I know personally that I wouldn't have achieved everything that I have without people holding me to account. And I know I won't reach my big, hairy, audacious goals for the future and enjoy even more success without people challenging me, pushing me, and keeping me accountable for what I want to achieve in the future. So who holds you accountable? Perhaps you need someone to hold you accountable. And if I can help, then you are more than welcome to book in a discovery call with me, and I can see how I might be able to help you achieve those goals as your business mentor or a business coach. Or of course, you can do something as simple as going and joining my Facebook group, Like-Minded Business Owners. And every Monday we have a post up that says, what are your goals? What are you going to achieve this week? And maybe you could hold yourself accountable to actually go in on a Monday morning, fill out that comment, and then make sure, once you've put it out to the universe and said, this is what I'm going to achieve this week, if something shifts inside our mind, it just keeps us that little bit more accountable. Or you might find an accountability buddy in the Like-Minded Business Owners group who is also looking to be held accountable, and you can do it together. Some of the best friendship groups grow from accountability buddies. If, of course, you would like to get on a call and get in touch, you can send me a message on any of the platforms, or you can book a call at bit.ly/discover-with-Jen. And Jen has 2 N's. If you're ever looking for links in my show notes are always at social media and marketing.com.au/podcast. And if you know the episode that you're looking at, it's always / the number of the podcast. So for this one, social media and marketing.com.au/123. Oh wow, 123. I hadn't said that out loud before. That's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, that's the end. That's the end of this particular episode. I will of course be back next Thursday for episode 124, and I really look forward to chatting with you again. Have a fabulous week, whoever and whatever it brings. Think about accountability and the difference it could make in your life and in your business if someone was just sitting on your shoulders, keeping you accountable, once a month or once a quarter or something like that. And of course, don't forget to get social with me on social media. I would love that between episodes as well. If you're enjoying the podcast, then make sure you click subscribe and, maybe even share a rating and a review on whatever platform you actually listen into. But otherwise, thank you so much to Noonan Showcase Jewelers in Cobram in Victoria for sponsoring this podcast. Shout out to you guys. I love you guys. Teresa and Kath, you're both absolutely amazing. But I will see you all next week. But whatever you do, my small business peeps, remember, as my opening song says, there is no point in dreaming small.
No time like the present. Tell it like you feel it, say it proud, be true, and let us see you for the star that you are. No point in dreaming small.
I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Yorta Yorta people, on which I record this podcast and conduct my business today, and pay my respects to their elders, past and present. I extend this respect to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here with us today as well.